Welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of nerds. And we got tagged by Blackboard Gaming for the mid-year board game challenge.
So basically, these are board games that we've played from January 2023 until today. We want to thank Dwayne and Alicia for tagging us. We do a lot of these on the video game side, not too much on the board game side, so we're super excited.
Yeah, it's fun.
So we'll jump right in. The most obvious one. What's your favorite board game you played this year?
So for me, it was Gartenbau. I just think Gartenbau was so pretty. And also I loved the building of the gardens. It was a game that had a nice level of complexity, but it felt really relaxed.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is a triple lane tile game in which you lay seeds, lay plants, lay flowers, and then you got various objectives and things that you're trying to accomplish.
You have to get sun and water and
yeah. For me, I only played it once, and I played it, I believe it was at the Maple Society 24-hour marathon.
It was. Yes.
So it was Foundations of Rome.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I missed out on that one.
yeah, I think you'd already left by that point. You know, I always joke about Kickstarter bloat, and that whole game is Kickstarter bloat. But man, is it beautiful! It's a city building game, and each building has its own like sculpt, and it's got this nice wash on it, and it just looks so beautiful. It's so unnecessarily big,
and
so
you cannot
huge.
get it.
And it's very tough to find, very expensive if you find it on the secondary market. I would imagine eventually they'll do a second Kickstarter and add some sort of expansion to it, and I'll probably get it then.
So what is your most played game in 2023? Question number 2.
Well, that is the same for most.
Yeah.
I play more games with Mary and my other girlfriend than I do with most other people. So,
she's cute.
She lives next door. Her name's Deb. But it's Holding On, The Troubled Life of Billy Kerr. Mm-hmm. So we probably should have said this at the beginning, but we're professional YouTubers, so we'll just throw it in here. We've been playing our entire collection from lowest ranking to highest ranking. So some of these games you're going to be like, it's not a very good game. Why are you playing it so much? But we were trying to get through all the scenarios and holding on before we moved on to the next game.
Yeah, and so we needed to judge whether or not we wanted to keep it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we typically play every game 3 times, or sometimes 4. Mm-hmm. And that was the only one that we actually went further trying to get all the scenarios completed.
Yeah.
All right. Biggest surprise in 2023.
Unlock. So we played Unlock Mystery Adventures, and we have played.
I think it was the Nautilus one.
It was the Nautilus one.
Okay. Nautilus Traps, I think.
We have played some different games where you have to use an app and find clues.
Escape room games.
Yeah. And needless to say, it's been very bad for us. Very bad. And I don't get why it's very bad, because it's something I absolutely love and something he's really good at.
We figured out, because it's my choice is also Unlock. I told her, I was like, if we don't like this game, I'm selling all of the escape room games. Like, I'm done. We just get into arguments, and it's ridiculous. But this game, as opposed to every other time we've ever played an escape room game, we didn't have our kids. And it was so quiet. We could sit here and we could think. And we could do the puzzles, and we weren't getting pulled in one direction or another.
So even when we were struggling with it, it was still like, we can handle this.
Yeah. So much less pressure. A timer be damned.
Yeah.
But a kid screaming for grapes at the top of his lungs, that's too much for us.
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest difference.
Yeah. But it was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I am just so drawn to these unlock games. And I was pleasantly surprised. Especially when we successfully made it through.
That's right. I think we got, was it a B? I feel like we got one notch below the best score.
We didn't do bad. Because we finished it before the timer went off. So, what's the biggest disappointment of 2023?
Well, I might be cheating on this one. Because the more I think about it, I might have played it New Year's Eve before midnight. So I might be just cheating by a couple hours. But this was easy. It's the same pick as Dwayne had, and that is Cat in the Box. You know, everyone has rant and raved about how great this game is. And we sat down and we played it, and there was a young woman playing with us, and I don't remember her name. She annihilated us. Just
every time.
Embarrassed us. I would say if anyone got within 4 or within 25% of her score, that would have been amazing. I don't know if she just cracked the code on the game and just knows it better than everyone else, or
she was a good gamer in general.
Yes, she's very competitive. Or if the rest of us were just too stupid to pick up on what she was doing, or couldn't all formulate a plan together to bury her. She just annihilated us. Every single hand, every single game, and that's boring. When every single round of a trick-taking game plays out exactly like the previous one.
He doesn't like to lose.
That's boring, and I don't like to lose, and I got embarrassed, so mine's Cat in the Box. That's easy.
I can't say that was a big disappointment for me because I wasn't like building up to it. I wasn't like, ooh, this game. For me, it was all terrain. And the reason is, you had built this game up like it was just going to be so much fun.
You're blaming me?
Yes. And you were so excited about it. And then
I was excited about it.
It comes, and we were excited, and then you're like, the reviews aren't looking that great. And then we played it, and I was like, I know why the reviews aren't that great. This was not a great game.
So this, I think why this one's so disappointing is, again, we're playing all of our games worst to best. So a lot of the games we picked up or have played have been like party games or games from the 70s and 80s or early 90s. Just kind of that, you know, not, you kind of know going in that it's not going to be a great BGG score. But this was a brand new Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Brand new. It's racing. Our son loves racing. I was like, this is it. This is going to be Georgie's game. Oh. No, it didn't have... It was a racing game that didn't have enough swings to it. You know, there's not that big burst of speed to, you know, overtake the lead. It's very slow, monotonous. You know, there's a couple key decision points or lucky rolls, and that's going to decide winner or loser. And that's not a good game for a kid, especially a 3-year-old. All right. What game do you want to get off your shelf of shame? That means a game you haven't played yet. And the remainder of 2023. Of all the games we got that haven't been played yet, what's your number one?
For me, it's Everdell. And you got to play that game.
I did get to play that game. You were in Italy.
And I have wanted to play Everdell for a long time. Mm-hmm. We finally got it. And
I think you bought that one, actually. I'll say 95% of the games I bought, but I think that was one of yours.
Was that the one I bought with the gift certificate when I left my last job?
I think you got that one on Amazon.
Okay. But I think
you saw Slick Deals.
I like a good deal. So, I have wanted to play Everdell. It's so pretty, and I've heard so many good things, and I've always wanted to play it. and I have not gotten to yet. And he got to play it, and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna love it."
It's a good one.
Don't rub it in. I want to play it so bad.
It's a good one. It's a good one. For me, and I'm not gonna be able to play this year again because of the video series playing worst to best. The game I'm most excited to play that we haven't got a chance to play is Sleeping Gods. I love big campaign story games. Mary hates those kind, but it's my choice.
The time for them.
It's my choice, my pick on the question. You don't get any commentary. No, I've just heard so many great things. It's you get to play a board game and hear a story at the same time. I just love that. I love that with video games. Yeah. I love hearing a great story.
You like boring stuff.
That's mine. Oh, no, it's yours.
What game from 3+ years ago did you discover this year?
So for me, it was actually because of you, because of Christmas. Abomination.
And I got you the upgrades.
And you got me the component upgrades off Etsy. So Abomination is a game in which a group of scientists are taking over Dr. Frankenstein's work and trying to complete their own monster. They're trying to compete, see who can get the monster done first. It's a resource management game in which your resources rot because they are decaying flesh. Yeah. And I've never seen that mechanic in anything. And I played it. It's super dark and super macabre. I love that stuff. Not everyone does, so I understand. But, I mean, there's public hangings and people are running to pick up the body parts. And that's so cool. You don't see that in board games very often.
Yeah. Although the story of Frankenstein, it's very interesting to me, especially with the movie that the one that I like, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which I think is the best version of all the Frankenstein movies.
Incorrect.
And it's very, very closely related to the book, which I have read.
Yeah, incorrect.
Anyway, you're wrong. But for me, it was Catan. That was one of those games that it's been around for forever, and everyone is always talking about Catan, and I had never played it. And so finally I saw it on sale on Amazon.
The story of Mary's board gaming purchase history is slick deals.
Such a bargain hunter. And they had it was like this whole big set for really cheap.
No, that you're thinking of something else.
Was that something else? Was that Carcassonne?
Yes.
Okay, that was Carcassonne. But
Catan, you still bought Catan on slick deals, but it wasn't the big set.
So, but yeah, the reason that you had not wanted me to buy Catan, though, isn't it 3 to 5?
It's 3 to 4.
It's 3 to 4.
Yeah, so a lot of those early German games are 3 to 4.
And we need at least 2 to play with us, but we played it with some friends here.
Yep.
And it was a lot of fun.
It's sort of that. It's a lot of people's
style.
Introduction game.
Yeah, it's a great introduction.
And so everyone always talks about it when they talk about their introduction games. And for us to have never played it at all while having darn near 500 board games over there.
Everybody knows Catan.
Yeah, everyone was like, "You haven't played Catan?" I'm like,
"That's so weird."
No.
Yeah.
So it was nice. What is your most anticipated game that you, fingers crossed, hope is coming before the end of the year?
So for me, it's Honey Buzz Fall Flavors, and that's because it also comes with Honey Buzz.
Yep.
And we played that at the retreat.
Yep.
The Dice Tower retreat.
That's 2021.
Yeah, and it was so much. It was really, really fun. You weren't as big of a fan of it because I won. You know.
I mean, sometimes you gotta give her one, or she'll stop playing with it.
But it also, the components are really cool. Like, everybody, that was all they could talk about was the components of Honey Buzz. Yeah. Because it's like, it's the honey and the nectar.
Sort of like a squishy.
It's kind of squishy.
Well, our daughter plays with a lot of squishies, so I think it's a little more solid than squishy, but it is.
It's kind of like dried silicone, really.
Yeah, everyone knows what that is.
Don't people do housework? But yeah.
Drying silicone, not fully dry, because fully dry silicone is pretty tough.
It depends on what kind you get. It just depends on what you're fixing. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed Honey Buzz when we played it at Dice Tower Retreat, and I really wanted to get Honey Buzz, and it's not that easy to find.
Mm-mm.
And so then you saw on Kickstarter that you could get Honey Buzz with the Honey Buzz fall flavors if you back to Kickstarter, and I was like, definitely do that. So that's supposed to be coming this year.
Yes. Now Kickstarter is always a roll of the dice. One game took. I back a lot of Kickstarters.
Was it 2017? 2016?
No. It was over 3 years ago. Took over 3 years to get here. So the game I'm most looking forward, and Mary will hate it, but it's the story of our relationship. Deliverance, the game of spiritual warfare. So this is your classic angel versus demons battle to the.
So obviously the angels win. Why did I not like it? Is it a campaign game?
It's a bigger game, more minis.
I don't mind the bigger games.
You're intimidated by bigger games.
I like Scythe, to be fair. And in fact, my favorite game is Robinson Crusoe, which is a huge game. That took like an hour to set up.
That's not a huge game.
It's
got a big table presence, but you look at like...
It takes like an hour to set up. It takes a long time to set up.
No.
And I like the Lost Ruins of Arnak. That's a big one. I like those kinds of games. First of all, if we have time. Mm-hmm. And second of all, if it's not a campaign game.
I'm not sure if this one has campaigns in it. Like I said, it was on Kickstarter. It's been a while. I just love that aesthetic of warrior angels and warrior demons. I really think that looks really cool. I think it might be like more along the lines of Blood Rage than like a Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
So, but Blood Rage is a big box.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, what is your favorite video that you made in 2023?
Again, I'm cheating, but there's no boss here because I'm the boss. So my favorite is actually two series. It's Zero to Z, that's where we're playing through the entire video game collection, and Board Game Backlog, where we're playing through the entire board game collection. That's the reason we buy these games, is to play them. These two series of videos are supposed to be pushing us to play more games, to buy less, to play more. Unfortunately, the kids just hate sleep. Both of them. Georgie started hating sleep about a month ago.
Yeah. He used to sleep forever. Just never stopped sleeping. So for me, it was our April 2023 pickups, because that was the one where you had the big boxes and you sat them all in front of me because you had so many pickups that month. Honestly, to be fair, in your defense, there was the one game that...
Was that Marvel United?
No. That was another really big game, and it had lots and lots of components. Was it
the Vampire Masquerade one?
It was either
one that came in a big box,
or was it Last Girl?
Oh, Final Girl.
Final Girl?
Final Girl and Frosthaven came the same month.
Yes, I think it was that one.
Yeah. And I just kind of stacked them up.
And it was just, to me, it was so funny.
Thank you.
Because first of all, that's my life. Every day, I come home. And everybody gets that little tickle in their stomach, that excitement when they see a package on their porch. I don't. Because they're never for me. They're always for him.
Who had a package today?
It was invitations for a friend's baby shower. That's not fair.
I didn't order that.
Everything always comes for you. There was one time I came home and there were 7 packages, and they were huge on our porch.
I think
they were all for you.
I think that was from that video. I think Final Girl and Gloomhaven both came in separate boxes, and I think that was we also got it might have been 4 boxes for those 2 games, plus 3 limited run boxes, all the same day.
There was just a big day.
Something
it was
like
a big day.
Well, that is it. Thank you again, Dwayne and Alicia from Blackboard Gaming, for tagging us in this. It was a lot of fun. I had to think deep on some of these, trying to remember 7 months ago. We're going to take the opportunity to tag the Meeple Society in this video. They play a lot of board games, so they got a whole bunch to think about. Let us know down in the comment section if you agree with any of our choices, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Hey, Pumpkin. Why does Georgie keep wanting to lay in our bed? Same reason Gracie wants to lay in our bed.
Well, okay, wait. To be fair, the first time she ever laid in our bed was because she had a fever of 104. And I was making sure she didn't have seizures. You can get febrile seizures from high fevers.
Yeah. And how many years ago was that?
A while ago. She might have been 2.
Yeah, I was going to say 3 years ago.